hippie fest, to be honest.
Did you meet some lifelong friends in there?
Most of them I actually knew, but to begin with. But like we used to sit outside and read stories. Like majority of the time was actually spent outside, so it really wasn't punishment. And like I said, the food was bomb. The only downside was like every night they came in and like stabbed you with needles and shit.
What? Okay, well,
to like draw your blood and make sure that you're not like super crazy.
Okay. So if I ever make fun of Max one day on the podcast and I die, he just I couldn't have been in your class because I would just fucking talk so much shit to you every time.
I know you wouldn't have. Trust me, even like my best friends knew better than to do that. Like especially, and like they could do it outside of school, but for some reason, like in school, I think it was because I was in the same school that my brother had went to, and my brother had died. So like I was really despised being there.
Okay, see that's completely different. See, I thought it was just like a different subject. Yeah, I see why you kind of went ape shit, but I would just talk shit.
It wasn't even just that, but like. One of the teachers was actually that taught at that school that my brother had attended was so like my brother and his friends were all out drinking and they had gotten into a car accident and everybody but one of my brother's friends had died in the car accident. So there was 3 out of the 4 kids that had died, but they had spun out on a black ice, and whenever the person that they hit was actually a school teacher at that school. And I feel like, to me, I mean, now I don't hold it against them, but, like, back then I think that I did in my mind. So I feel like that's why I was so outraged.
I mean, I'm 100% sure. I understand, because every day you see that guy, and you have to remember that pretty much your brother dead because he hit this guy.
I mean, it wasn't even just that, but all the teachers that had him, and, like, that, and then they would always be like, oh, you look just like your brother, and, like, I feel like that's just why I became such, like, I mean, dude, I was horrible, absolutely horrible. Like, there was one time I went off, and, like, I had to just pay $4,000 to replace an entire row of lockers.
What? And they still let you go to school?
Yeah, they didn't have a choice.
I mean, I would have kicked you out of school and made you go to a different school, but they would.
My mom brought in a lawyer, and that was the end of that.
I mean, still, after a while, I just started looking at you like, he's more of a danger. I don't care how good of a lawyer you get. He's more of a danger being here. He literally threw a fucking death at a teacher.
But again, I also had a written thing where teachers weren't allowed to mess with me, and if they did, it was on their own stupidity. So there was nothing they could really hold against me.
I mean, to a certain extent, I would just kick you out of school. If I was the principal.
Like an individual education plan, but like all the teachers in the school system had to agree to it. So, like, anything that I could do, they knew, like, say, for instance, if I wanted to get up and walk out of class because I was feeling angry, I was allowed to. Because it was either that or me beat the shit out of people. And, some teachers just didn't let me, leave the room. Like, I had one teacher, it was a math teacher, and she was, like, she told me I couldn't go to the bathroom. So, I stood up and pissed in her fucking trash can. I don't care. I whipped my dick out in front of the entire class. I don't give no fucks.
Yeah, you probably should have got kicked out of school.
I mean, yeah, they tried to, but I'm telling you, there was nothing they could do. Because the teacher knew that, that's how I was, and that if she would have just let me go, there never would have been an incident. It's just like the teacher with telling me that I had to remove a calculator for a test that literally involved no math.
I mean, but still, back in the day with scientific calculators, you could lose a app so you could put codes and different stuff that you could look it up.
Nah, it wasn't even that fancy of a calculator. It was just like a bare basic calculator.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, it was just...
As you can tell, Phantom did a lot of illegal stuff. No, I just don't understand, because, like, the black schools I used to go to, if you get in one fight, you get kicked out of school.
Man, do you know how many kids I beat up in high school?
Like I said, you went to the wrong school. Unless you go to...
I went to the right school.
Yeah, like I said, unless you go to my school, that first time you would have pissed in front of the teacher. I don't care what type of lawyer you got. Because literally, one of the schools I went to, the teacher fought the teacher fought a parent. The teacher got fired. The kid had to transfer schools. And literally, we had to substitute the whole year. So, like I said, I don't know what type of school you went to, but the school I would have went to, And you would have went there? Yeah. After your first incident. First off, our school wouldn't have signed no fucking thing to agree that, like, that you do whatever the fuck you want. You would have been more like homeschooled or... Yeah, you probably been homeschooled. You would have came to Georgia with
Yeah, but
that.
you know how much money that school probably got off of me attending there? Because of
Wow.
the government, because of how crazy I was.
Oh, like I said.
Because the more shit they probably sat there and wrote into my education plan, they're probably just like, cha-ching, cha-ching. Because, like, dude, you know how much a school gets for a kid who has any sort of or disability, whether it be handwriting, whether it be emotional support, whether it be any sort of...
We never had no emotional support in our fucking schools.
Well, you wouldn't know. They're not allowed to tell you. I mean, you would know if you were that person, but they can't legally tell anybody.
Like I said, we had a whole special ed people. Like, I don't know what the whole...
But the school I went to, take a guess on how much the school got per child from the government.
How much?
$40,000
Must be nice.
for each kid.
Yeah, we wasn't getting that much, so your ass would have got kicked out a lot faster.
So, yeah, they were pretty much just dealing with it because that's enough to pay one teacher's salary. So, pretty much anybody they could put into that, they would do it because it's like there were a lot of kids, and most of them, there really wasn't anything wrong with us. I mean, like I said, I was smart as a whip. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, it's not like I was special or anything. You know, I didn't have any disabilities other than having supreme anger, and I mean, I did have my handwriting disability, but
You never know. The teacher could just pass you so you don't have to take a class again. Or fucking
that
throw
happened.
Or throw a fucking table or some other shit.
Oh,
Like,
I told my one health teacher that I'd fuck his wife if he didn't pass me. So he passed me because he knew I would actually fuck his wife.
What?
I would have. Oh, if he would have failed me, I would have went and fucked his wife, and she would have did it too. That's the sad part. That's why he passed me.
What? Like, hold up, what? That's like, man, you are afraid of her. How old would you be? Like a 14?
17.
17-year-old because your wife was... I was like, go ahead, fuck her. I want to divorce her ass. I might put up cameras. I would...
Nah, he was like stupid rich. He was just teaching because he's one of those weird people who taught because he liked it.
No, I mean, even though, like, if nowadays, if you could prove... Well, I don't know about back in the day. But back nowadays, if you prove, like, hey, she did it wrong. I think a lot of people who get divorced, when their husband get caught cheating, they get all their money because they proved that the husband was infidelity, and they get half the money. So if he could prove that she did infidelity...
That's one thing, now we're talking about that. Like, dude, I don't understand why all these kids, like... I mean, we used to talk about it, and, like, I totally did have sex with an English teacher, but... outside of that, I mean, like, there were other kids who had sex with other teachers, too, and, like, we didn't, granted, let me rephrase this. This chick was only, like, 24 years old anyway, and I was, like, 18. I thought it was, like, my senior year, but, I still had sex with a teacher. We didn't sit there and, go be like, oh, my God, I need to go to court. And besides that, like, even if my parents would have found out, like, they would have just beat my ass. There would have been none of this, oh, well, she needs to go to jail. Like, they would have just beat my ass.
Let me explain what's going on nowadays. A lot of these kids are pussies. Because there's no way in hell. I'm looking at some of these teachers. I'm like, what the fuck? Y'all told? The fuck? What's wrong with y'all? Like, yeah, you could have got free pussy for the rest of y'all. It's bad enough in high school when, like, a lot of us not getting pussy. Your ass got pussy, you told on people.
Do you see that? Well, there was one kid, I don't remember where it was at. But, like, this dude... I want to say he was actually only like 16, and like these teachers weren't even that old, but like they were hot. Like this kid had a threesome with two female teachers that were like banging. I was just like, you just wasted that. Like I would have at least waited till I graduated and been like, bro, I smashed and dashed.
I wouldn't even brought it up for the rest of my life. I'll probably be still fucking right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't get it. Like these kids today, they're just like, oh. She molested me, and I'm just like, did she really have to? Like, I'm sitting here looking at these ladies, and I'm just like, I'm gonna have to take a no on that one.
Like I said, my teachers had a whole bunch of ugly teachers. So if one of them did try to touch me, I would cry. But the teachers I see nowadays, man, they 23, just got out of college. I'm like, really?
Yeah, but I don't know. We used to have a lot of hot teachers that come through for reals.
Well, probably because the teachers...
And we used to smoke with our teachers, too. Like, we used to, like, I had one teacher, she used to, like, grow her own weed and shit, and she'd be like, yeah, come over, we'll just hang out. Like, we just hang out and read books. and like sit there and smoke weed. Like there'd be like 10, 20 of us every time, and we'd just like chill and smoking weed in our greenhouse, reading comics or whatever you wanted to do. And then like there were certain teachers that we would drink with too.
Okay, my teacher never like that. I mean, we had a teacher. There was a man that got called fucking senior. That's the only weirdest thing that happened there. What? It must be nice to go in a small town where people fuck horses and have sex with students and grow weed to sell to what? What's going on?
Dude? She never sold it to us. She just smoked it with us.
What's going on in your community?
I don't know. I mean, I guess now that you're saying this probably is horrible, but I'm just saying. I mean, it happens.
It's just like the small town where I need my kids to grow up in a small town because, I mean, I could pass without the animal fucking, but like pretty much it sounds like the teachers fucking everybody. Pretty much you go to a parent-teacher conference. Shit, I'll probably get my dick sucked from a teacher. Shit, my kid fucking the same teacher probably. Then, shit, kid's probably gonna get better drugs than me by going to a teacher. Maybe get a discount for acid and shroom. Shit.
Music teachers were usually where I found that.
My music teacher used to make me sing choir songs, and I had to sing in front of the whole class to get an A.
Uh-huh.
I mean, everybody had to, like he literally said. Everybody sing one song in front of the whole class. And then I was a kid that sat in the back and gambled the whole time.
No, see, I got out of school speaking because, I don't know, I had like an irrational fear of standing up in front of people and talking. So, like, I actually passed out in the middle of class and I never had to perform anything in front of people ever again. So, like, any of the presentations and shit in class I never had to do. No reading, nothing.
Sound like they just babied your ass.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit, nigga. You peed in a fucking...
She told me I couldn't go potty. And the worst part was like, dude, it was right after lunch. Like, who doesn't have to go to the bathroom after you eat?
I mean, a lot of people. I mean...
Within an hour after you eat?
You know, I don't. I'll be like, I could hold it and then wait till my next period. I don't just throw a fucking desk at a fucking teacher because my name is Max Q.
Hey, why not? I got away with it. Like I said, it was a cakewalk, man. Cakewalk. I mean, I legit went. I had to explain my feelings in front of people. And I got great food while doing it. And we, like I said, we used to hang out outside, draw pictures, paint.
Every time you tell me your high school experience sound like you went to a slow class. Because none of my classes were like this.
What do you mean by slow classes?
You was in a slow class.
I wasn't in no slow classes.
You used to finger paint?
No. Whenever I was in the psychiatric thing is what I'm talking about. I mean, hell, even our high school classes, dude, everybody did that. All of our teachers would let us go outside and we'd sit in the grass and circle jerk each other. And I was waiting for some snide comment and you just like, I don't even know where to go from this.
I mean, I just hear Max Q was treated like a baby all his life.
I mean, yeah,
he was one of the rich kids who was treated like a baby all his life.
Yeah,
and that's why he's a spoiled brat right now.
Because, like, dude, I legit had the principal catch me smoking a bong in the school parking lot before school. And she just, like, looked at me and she goes, really? And, like, that wasn't even the only time. Like, me and my buddies, like, whenever we would have to, like, walk around the baseball field, there was, like, a church that had a shed right next to the baseball field. As there was a school, like, we went to school and then a church. So, like, we just walk off from where we were supposed to be walking around the baseball field for gym. And we'd go to the shed, and dude, we clam baked it so bad one day. Like, you could legit, even like once we were done smoking a blunt, you could still see smoke rolling out the fucking shed. And my gym teacher just like seeing us, and he's like, can't you guys just not do this? And he's like, is that really necessary? And we were like, do what? Giggling and shit.
I mean, he probably like, this is a slow class. Can't do nothing to the slow people. The special needs class. You was a spoiled brat who had a cakewalk until you became 21. And 21 like hit you hard.
Yeah. You know, it happens to the best of us.
You go to a job and be like, hey, I have anger problems. You're fired. But I'm going to sue you. You're fired.